looked at my balls and $1,000 dressing. Cause I got depression. I'ma avoid my taxes and I'ma get arrested. Cause I got depression.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. At the tone, please record your message.
Hey, George, it's Tay. So I just wanted to answer your question about being homeless because this is something that I actually think about every single day. Mostly because, you know, in Vegas is a little bit wild and prices are going up, inflation and all this bullshit. Also, too, because there's like two times in my life where I actually was homeless. I had to like stay with some friends and shit. It was wild. So the first thing I would do, and I would recommend anybody do, is to tap into your resources. Like, as far as like your friend, anybody that you know that has a job, ask them who is hiring. Because somebody know who is hiring. That's the first thing that I would do. My is to sign up for every state resource there is, like unemployment, food stamps, all that. Because the fact that you homeless, you gonna qualify for all that shit. It might take a little while for it to go through, but just get on the ball with that. Secondly, if you had a car, you should be Gucci. Because for me, I kept saying, like, if I can do Uber, if I can do Amazon Flex, I'm okay because I can pay my car note. You know, that would pay my car note, give me something to eat or whatever, and then keep my gym pass going. So that's what I would do if I was homeless. But, you know, it's crazy, but it's like actually something that I think we all think about, you know? I mean, how could you not?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Whomst podcast. Thanks for calling in. Tay, she was answering the question about, I had asked, hey, what if you became homeless all of a sudden? Because I was watching that video of Kingston and all them people on the street doing drugs and all this stuff. I'm like, damn. Got me thinking about life, right? Well, what I had done? And I said stuff like, I would have kept my gym membership, or was taking showers, and just kind of saved up money or something like that. It was like a week ago. Tay, you make some really good points because both of us lived in Vegas, so I completely understand the prices thing. Me being almost homeless myself. If it wasn't for my friend Denzel, I definitely would have been. Is that, or I would have just moved back to Alabama? Let's be real. If I actually did become homeless and I would have tried to give it a chance and tried to figure out a way to flip it, I think I would have just moved back with family in a different state. Oh, and then Tay said something like getting programs like the food stamps and unemployment and stuff like that. You could, and I've always been scared about doing it again because I think I've tried to do unemployment when I first moved there, right, and was messed up. I put my 2 weeks notice with Walmart before I moved to Vegas, and I left like a day earlier. Like, okay, say my last day was like a Friday. I left like Thursday just so I can make my flight. My flight, right? And these motherfuckers lied to the unemployment people, whoever the fuck, right? And said I quit. I know. Like I had time, I had personal time and everything. I was like, yo, just take it out of that. No, these motherfuckers lied and said that I quit, so I couldn't get unemployment. And I remember before that, I was making, like, this is like years ago, right? I was making maybe $12, $13 an hour or something like that. And I tried to get food stamps and they said I was making too much. So I just never tried again. Just like, all right, because the process is so long. So like you said, yeah, it takes patience and time. And I think that's what kills a lot of people. It's like, the government kind of takes their time when it comes to helping you out, but if they need something from you, it's like, I mean, they can kind of damn near pick out of your damn wallet. But moving on, you was talking about people living in their car and using that as like so they can do Uber and Amazon Flex, stuff like that. I think I've seen that before. Some lady not to judge people, but how you gonna deliver food? And like she had this dusted ass Mustang or whatever, right? It was like an old school version of it or whatever. I don't know cars. All right, it might not even be a Mustang. My girlfriend gets on me about that a lot because I every time I look at it like a Charger or a Challenger or a regular Mustang, I don't know. I just call them all a Mustang because I don't know. They just seem like the same. And this is coming from somebody who enjoys rally races, but like I don't know the cars. I like the racing. Anyway, it was a Mustang. It could have been a goddamn Pinto for all I know. This lady delivering my damn Taco Bell, and she had all types of shit. Her car was so fucked up. I am kind of ashamed to admit that I ate the food because the seat wasn't clean. It wasn't clear or anything. I think she moved stuff out the way to find my bag. I was like, what the fuck? I think I was so in shock. I don't know. I'm a fucking mess. Like, I think I'll fit in as a homeless person just based on that interaction alone. It's like, oh, I might judge things for being dirty, but like, let's be real. I'm just gonna eat the food anyway. I've also thought about this technique as well. I don't let me know what y'all think about this, but there is at least one nice person somewhere, right? And I have actual proof of this actually working. This lady I was living with, the last lady I was living with before I moved here to Texas, this lady named Lorraine, right? Older lady, super nice. And I lived with her and I was paying rent, whatever. Everything's fine. And then she starts like adding other people. I've talked about roommates before, like a long time ago, and I didn't use her. Whatever. She starts like bringing more roommates because you needed some more money because Vegas is expensive. So she starts getting more people. But what I didn't know until damn near I was about to leave was like most of the other people. She let 3 other people come in, and they all damn near got kicked out by the time I left. Right? She let them in and let them stay like a goddamn free trial. Like these motherfuckers wasn't paying rent. The first guy, the skinny black guy, right? She talks a lot. Let's be real. She talks a lot, like everything. Now, if you don't like, hey, I gotta go, she'll just keep on talking about stories, talking about her daughter. If you listen to a couple of Blerdz, me and Judah joke about talk about my dead daughter. Is that as morbid as it is, that's where it comes from. Is because she'll bring up her dead kid from like 40 years ago in every conversation, no matter what, right? So she'll just keep talking and talking and talking. And the skinny black dude who just moved in, they were just talking up a storm every day. It was like for hours on end, smoking weed together. Super nice until one day this got into an argument, and that's when I found out that he wasn't even paying rent. So he was like doing all the cleaning around the house and all this stuff just to justify the fact that he wasn't paying anything. Then we let this big white lady come in. I don't think she was paying anything. And then the last guy who had he was dirty as hell. I know he was homeless. And he wasn't paying anything because he told her, hey, I'm waiting until my income tax check, then I'll pay rent. So the whole time I'm the only person paying rent, right? So I'm thinking, going off that logic, long story, I know, I'm sorry. I think if you have a good enough story, if you go on Craigslist, depending on what city you're in, maybe Craigslist or whatever internet forum, right? Maybe even Facebook. If you present a believable story besides because a lot of scammers use the whole, oh, I got a kid with me, please help me type stuff, right? And so that's all played out. But if you have a legit story, you don't seem like a psychotic mess somebody's willing or dumb enough to try you out, I mean, you could just get a random person just let you in their house, and that's like a free month at least if you play your cards right. If you're not a piece of shit, I know I could probably do that. I think I got a strong 8 charisma. I think I can do that, right? Talk somebody like, hey, just give me like 2 weeks, and I'm pretty good about having a job. So like, hey, I got this job. I just got it. Let me stay. Let me get that first check, and I'll give them that check, and I can just go from there, right? I don't know. This is a whole conversation. I was not expecting to go 8 fucking minutes talking about this. Talking about this again. I'd love to hear y'all stories. What y'all think? What would y'all do if you were homeless? I'd love to hear your go-to. What would you do? Or if you were homeless, I would love to hear your stories. See what you did. Everybody needs to learn. This is like you said, Tay, at the end, I think everybody should be thinking about this because the economy right now, they talking about what was it, $31 trillion in debt, and they going into the United States going to default for the first time soon. Don't know, not going to even pretend I know what the hell that means. So, so who knows what the fuck is finna happen soon, right? I mean, if we're all homeless, are we home? Anyway, whatever. Ooh, okay. Okay, next topic. I've been writing jokes while at work. I don't know, with no music, I can actually write some decent jokes, mostly because I'm talking to myself. And I got this fire ass joke that I want to do. We go out of town this week. Hopefully we can go hit a mic because I want to do this joke. I vaguely remember telling a joke on here or not. Did I tell? Not like I can answer, but did I tell the joke about sundown dementia on here? I don't know if I did. Basically, the joke is me finding out what sundown dementia was. And if you don't know, sundown dementia is someone who suffers from Alzheimer's. It's the normal stuff, but in so many words, they're afraid of the dark. So if after like 6 o'clock, 6:30, once the sun started going down, they, like I said, afraid of the dark. So they like anxious, or they start fighting people. Anything can happen. They just like feel like they lose control, right? So the joke is me figuring out what it is. And the first time me hearing about the word, it was through a TikTok. It was a TikTok video of an elderly lady, beating on her at-home nurse who just happened to be black. So I coined sundown dementia, and I thought it had something to do with sundown towns, which, you know, is the place minorities can't go after nighttime. So I'm like, oh shit, damn, that's fucking hilarious. I didn't think that. Damn, I'm blanking so hard right now. I'm so sleepy. I was like, basically, I was like, oh, it's hilarious. I didn't think what about 6:30 is making these people racist and stuff like that. And I just go into it, and I made this whole tag last night. I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting. If it's not funny, whatever. I don't give a fuck. It's hard to do goddamn stand up, not on stage. You just had to be there, you know. But thinking about comedy makes me happy, man. Thinking about doing it again is stressful as hell, just the process. But just thinking about going to this new city and possibly reigniting this spark, the one thing I know for sure I'm pretty decent at, puts a little smile on my face. Look, just pretend, George, with a little smile on his face. Anyway, I gotta clock in a few minutes. Yeah. All right, I'm back. Okay. I know I got a story for y'all. Something I thought about like a week ago, and I wanted to tell y'all, hey, because I had this random memory about like my first gaming console, right? My first gaming console. I always thought it was like the PlayStation 2 That was my first official. It was mine and mine alone. I was buying games with my own money. That type of first console, you know, because usually your first one is your parents bought it for you. They're buying all the games for you. But the PlayStation 2 was the first one. I was buying everything besides the console. I think my cousin bought it for me. But other than that, I was buying everything else. Working as I was 13. I was working as a plumber's assistant. My mom's boyfriend at the time, making $25 a day. Boy, I was getting gypped. I know I told that story before, but my point is, I thought the PlayStation 2 was my first one, but in reality, it was actually the Nintendo 64. Of course, my dad bought it for me. Playing Super Mario, Bomberman, 007, a bunch of stuff, a bunch of little things, right? And why did I think about that? Because I had this memory of living with him, living with my dad from like kindergarten to like second grade or whatever, right? And I moved out and moved with my mom around that time. The grades could be, you don't got to be accurate. You get the point. Living with her in this nice little apartment. I actually have really fond memories of this place. I don't know, just nice about it. Besides like it being right next to the airport and planes flying over it every 30 minutes. But other than that, it was a pretty nice place, man. My mom had made friends with this lady like 2 or 3 buildings away, and she had a son. 2 sons, one older, one younger, that was my age, and we were friends. Don't remember his name, so yeah, I guess we weren't that much. I think I was just using him because his older brother had a game. And I think it was like I don't think it was a PlayStation. I think that was too early. It had to be like a Dreamcast or something I didn't have or never heard of, didn't have no means of getting, right? So I'll go over there for the weekend sometimes, and he never let us play, but he was okay with letting us watch, and that was good enough for me, right? I remember one time he like filled up a water balloon. He was like, "Oh," he handed it to me like, "This is what a titty feel like." I'm like disappointed. I'm like, "Oh, this is what a titty feel like." Oh, this just added 10 years of being a virgin to my life. I'm like, oh, this is disappointing. What is this weird firm shit? It's like, what the hell? Anyway, he would like light fires in his room too. He was like, so you know how people spray and then light some type of like flammable spray and then put the lighter underneath it and it'll be like a pseudo flamethrower. He'll do that. It'd be hot as hell in his room. I don't know why the fuck my mom let us stay with him, stay as like babysitting. Like it was caution. It was dangerous as hell. Anyway, good games. I brought the Nintendo 64 to the apartment. That's the fucking point that I was trying to bring up. And then randomly I come home, had my own key, came home, and the Nintendo 64 was gone, right? It was gone. And my mom said, my dad stole it. My dad stole it, right? He broke in and the only thing he stole was the Nintendo 64. I don't remember. It was probably just me being like an ignorant kid and not caring about anything else, but I don't remember anything else being destroyed. Like if you're gonna rob, you're gonna like do stuff. But I think in my head he knew the place, so I think why would he destroy something he know where stuff is, whatever. So it made sense that he would take the Nintendo 64 is right there, right? But like I said, I don't remember like the door being kicked in, or I don't know. I don't remember anything besides my game being gone and her going out of her way to tell me that it was my dad, right? And of course I cried about it or whatever. But now looking back at it like 20, 25 years later, right? I think she just sold it. I think she just sold that motherfucker. It's like, hey, it was a hot item at the time. It was like you can get a solid, because I took care of my games. Right? So at the time, you can probably get a solid $100, maybe $150 if you really know how what to say. Probably, I don't know, pay rent, do whatever, right? She used to smoke and drink, so it's not like cigarettes, right? I don't remember if she did it then. It wasn't that heavy. Whatever, right? You needed the money for something, and you know what? I don't really blame her. I knew, being a single parent, you got this apartment. She was pimping dudes too. Like, let's be real. She was pimping, man. I'm gonna get into that one day, but I got to like really open the floodgates of memories to really access those type of memories and talk about that. But I know she was fucking pimping dudes, right? Fucking pimping them. And like, one dude was doing this and one dude was that and all types of stuff. But yeah, like looking back, I get it. Yeah, you have to sell it. I don't appreciate her if it's true, because it can go either way. Like, I can see my dad breaking in because they weren't really friendly with each other at the time. I can see him breaking in, taking that, because he did buy it. He probably asked her to come get it, and she was like, oh, blah blah blah. She was difficult. So whatever, I can see that happen. I don't condone it, but I can see it happening. And then vice versa. I can see my mom just being like, you know what, fuck it. It's in my house. It's mine. Like, I know I didn't do anything to like get it taken away. She probably was like, it's in my house. I'm finna sell it. You like food in your mouth, huh? I'm finna sell it. So you be all right. I don't even think we had cable. Like, I don't fucking remember shit. Damn, well, I was not paying attention to anything, was I? God damn. Jesus Christ, dude. And like I said, I don't think I was really tripping about it because of the friend who had to play the game over there too. So it's like, whatever. So I was chilling. I remember staying over this white boy's house. He had like some soldier game. I don't know. Their house was dirty. Whatever. Now I think about it, I think I stayed over a lot of people's house for the weekend. A lot of people who I know she wasn't like friendly with. I think I was making the friends and just like, yeah, let me stay over there for the weekend. She just pawning me off to people and stuff like that. I don't know why. I know why. Probably throwing it back. Probably something I do. Not throw it back, but like pause. Not like, you know, throw the kid away for a few hours, you know. Clap some cheeks or some shit like that, you know. Take somebody home. You know, am I making a point? Am I making a good point? Anyway, whatever. It's funny. As an adult, you just look back and you like, damn, why did my parent do that? And you're like, oh, I get it now. I get it. I would do the same thing. Probably. All right, I'm back. I took a day. I paused it because I was sleepy when I went to work. I was recording right after work. But I'm on vacation now, boy. And I was trying to think of like a good way to end this episode, but I don't. So, so I'm just ending with a question. You can still answer if you're listening. If you want to answer the question from the beginning, just like Tay did. Thank you again, Tay. 725-999-2704. The question from last week was, if you were homeless all of a sudden, what would be your first moves? Right? And I have another question, but it didn't really get the traction that I expected. It was, what would you do? Like, what items, damn, I can't think of the word. What items would be considered selfish that you would grab if your house caught on fire? That's a good one. It's like your house caught on fire and you're like, you have to scramble to get out of here. What items? But of course, you'll try to grab documents and all this stuff. Of course, that's a given if you can handle it. But what items are important to you? But if somebody saw you grabbing, they'd be like, why the fuck did you risk your life for that? Like that, like something like that, something that's not important, but important enough for you personally. I love to hear it. You can text or call 725-999-2704. 725-999-2704. Also, this episode is brought to you by my sister has an adult shop, creamanddream.com. Check it out in the description. Buy all your lingerie, your adult toys, and all that good stuff. To check it out and be in the description. And last thing before I leave, when I first started recording this episode like a week ago, I was going to talk about that Allen, Texas shooting thing with the Garcia guy. It didn't happen a week ago. It happened a few days ago. And I was going to talk about that, but it's depressing as fuck. It's really depressing. It's like, it's not much I can add to it besides, like, of course we all agree that it's bad. It's a bad situation. It's like, oh, I don't get it. But, I just wanted to look into it more and just like try to figure out, because the one thing that I want to figure out is what is going on in these people's mind. Like, what makes them think this is a great idea? What's the last thing? Is like, yes, mental health, but me personally, I feel like it's weird suicidal thoughts. It's like you fancy it up with all these like mental health and they're neo-Nazi and all that stuff like that. But it's like, I feel like these people want to end it all in some weird way. Some like low key want to end it, but they too pussy to do it themselves. Like they got all these feelings and they want to like get the message out for whatever they want to do, right? And they want the respect and people to listen to them. But the ironic thing is, I feel like they'll get more respect if they just kill themselves, if they just get rid of it. That's really fucked up. But like, I mean, in this situation, they chose, what made them think, let's wake up this Thursday morning. I don't know what day it actually happened. Well, let's wake up this Thursday morning. You know what I'm going to do today? I'm going to go shoot up a mall. I'm going to kill a bunch of people, some kids too, and all my problems are going to go away. Is that really what they was thinking? Is that really what's going on in their mind? Are their minds so clouded that they think this is going to solve the problem or send a message to who, right? It's not going to go anywhere. You're going to get killed and then you're going to get forgotten. You're just going to be a fucking devil incarnate. That's it. That's all you are, right? No one's going to listen to whatever message you got. You killed a kid. You killed adults too. I'm not saying that it's like, you get what I'm saying. It's fucked up. Like, no one's going to listen to your problems. It's like imagine like it was a mass shooter that was black, and in his like manifesto, he was like, I did it for reparations. It's like, you think fucking people going to listen to us now? Yeah. I don't know. It kind of goes back to the whole Chicago thing. Again, I don't know. Look, it's like me taking a test. I swear. It's like the moment I get done recording, I forget everything I talked about. So I'm not sure if I talked about the Walmart closing in Chicago, and I thought it was because of looting and stealing and stuff like that. And I was saying, like, people like this, people agreeing and are okay with people looting and stealing from stores because it's a big corporation and sticking it to the man or whatever, right? But the thing is, it's like you're doing more damage to the hourly worker that had nothing to do with the corporate greed. They just trying to feed their family. You doing more damage to them than those bigger ups. So I feel like it's the same way with these shooters. Like, whatever dumbass message they trying to go for is like, I can't even think of like what they think will justify killing people, random innocent people. Like, they mad at the government, they mad at politicians, but they like take it out on people who shopping for shoes. Like, come on now. Hey, but anyway, you can leave your opinions on that as well. 725-999-2704. Or you just keep it lighthearted. Just keep it lighthearted and answer the what would you do if you were homeless all of a sudden question, or the what selfish item would you risk your life for in a house fire? All right, so either or, your choice. Anyway, that's the episode. I'll see y'all next week.